What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Timo here, and today we're gonna paint this house. Hey, welcome back. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you see something you like, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Also, if you're interested in starting your very own paint business, check the links in the description and the pinned comment below. There's also a free estimating guide. That way it'll help you estimate your jobs and you'll never overbid. Well, you'll never underbid again. Anyways, so this job I booked a couple months back. It's in an HOA, so we did have to wait for a little bit to get approval on the colors and stuff. I ended up bringing in some help because through the wait, we ended up getting kind of pretty close to another job coming up, and it was extremely hot. So I called my friend Alex in. He brought his crew. I had my crew, so we had quite a bit of hands on this job, and we knocked it out fairly quick. Speaking of Alex, here he is now. Great friend of mine. I'm so glad he was able to come out and help. What are we doing today?
Sealcrete.
Sealcrete?
Sealing the stucco.
What does that do?
Seals from any moisture.
Yeah. And it'll help our paint go further.
It's a Sealcrete. It's a sealer and a primer.
All right, we got everything wrapped up, you guys. We're gonna be using, this is the material we're using. And I'm using a Titan Impact 440. I got the pressure up 3/4 of the way. That's Victor. So we got it all wrapped. I got my fan pattern squared away. We're gonna start spraying. So for me, if I had the chance to go back in time and do things differently, instead of using the shield that I'm using there, which by the way, if you need one of them, they are super helpful, but in this application, it was kind of a hindrance, so I didn't use it as much. But if you're interested in finding one of those, I'll leave a link in the description below for you as well. I would have just wrapped off all of this stuff. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to keep the body paint off of the black and off of the white to, you know, be able to not have to do as many coats in order to cover. Now, we always do 2 coats on the trim, but sometimes when you have a bright white and you have some brown paint on the white, you might have to do a 3rd coat because it might be showing. So this was my poor attempt at trying not to get paint on using this method. Typically what I use that shield for is like I used up there with the downspouts, try to minimize the overspray on the adjacent surfaces, and as well as spraying the stucco, I like to put it down because I don't like to spray the foundation of the house if I can help it. Usually what ends up happening, I've noticed, if you paint the foundation of the house with properly sealing it or anything, you know, you can run into flaking down the line and it just kind of looks cruddy. Now back to the heat. The heat was unbearable, and that's kind of why I didn't get all of the footage of me actually completing the job. Like, I got no footage of the trim, which wouldn't have been satisfying or interesting to watch because it's basically the same color. And it was kind of windy, which it looks worse on the time lapse. It really wasn't too bad, but there was a couple times where we got some pretty high winds, gusts periodically. And the funny thing about being in a homeowner association is there's a lot of Karens. So somebody across the street actually parked close to the job in hopes of getting overspray on their car. And he's like inspecting his car very closely, and he seemed disappointed that the overspray didn't actually land on his truck. And the guy was a total not nice about it. I don't know what a male Karen is, but that guy was definitely it. And one of the ladies next door, also the opposite direction of the way the wind was blowing, was very concerned about her plants, her boxwood plants, and she wanted us to wrap them in plastic. Now keep in mind, it's 100 degrees out. Never wrap plants with painter's plastic when it's that hot, because it will just cook them and they'll die. So what we did is we put some drops just to, you know, make her happy. And yeah, so this job was a little bit of a headache, but it was fun. I got to hang out with a bunch of my friends. It took us about 4 days to do it, and you know, it was worth it. It was worth it. So hey, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, I'll see you in the next video, or you can click any one of these links here and you can see lots and lots more. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.